How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Investment Club. Hope everyone's having an awesome weekend so far. I wanted to talk to you real quick about three passive income streams. These are three ways that you can get paid every month. The first way is through REITs. Now, if you've never heard of REITs, they are real estate investment trusts, and I'll go over a couple of my favorites that I own. So the first one is Realty Income. They pay a monthly dividend. So by holding the stock, you'll get paid every month. They've had over a 15% compound average annual total return since 1994. They've grown the dividend on average 4.5% every year. This REIT is very well diversified. If we take a look at their income streams, we see in the second quarter of 2020, here's where their revenue is derived from. So they've got almost 9% grocery stores, 8.5% drugstores, they've got almost 8% dollar stores. They were able to collect almost 87% of their contractual rent. The only sectors that failed to pay rent were half of their health and fitness properties and the majority of movie theaters. So they own property that they rent to the movie chains, AMC and Regal Cinemas. And obviously this is mainly due to the pandemic, and moving forward we should see these numbers continue to increase and they'll get back to collecting 100% of that rent. That being said, at the same time, even without these two sectors, this makes up less than 14% of their total portfolio. So even without them, they have plenty of other streams of revenue to rely on. If we go down here, you see that dividend payment amount comes out to 23 cents, a little more than 23 cents a month, or about $2.80 annually, depending how you want to look at it. I like to see each month how much money I'm getting. So for each share that you own, you'll get this dividend. If you look at the chart here, the dividend comes out to about 4.5%. The second company I wanted to talk about is called RioCan. So you can basically think about this company as the Canadian version of Realty Income. If we look at the stock chart here, you see that this company's down quite a bit. It was pretty beat up, and this is all due to the pandemic. It's a great company. It's got, if you look here, over a 9% dividend. It's paying out over $1 a share. If we look at their rent collection, you'll notice that similarly to Realty Income, it's trending upward, and it increased significantly in July. They're now collecting 85% of rent as opposed to the 70 to 75% range in the previous months. So the reason this company is down so much is due to all the uncertainty about whether they would be able to continue collecting rent, and the situation is clearly much better than initially anticipated. So they should be back to full rent collection very soon, and with that, I think the stock price gets back to the $20 range. So we're looking at 100% upside potentially in the short term, and like I said, this is a company that I could hold forever. So if we look at their tenants, you see 75% are necessity-based and service-oriented industries. You've got groceries, pharmacies, and liquor making up 16% of their rent revenue, restaurants making up 12%, and so on. So it's another well-diversified company. And another great aspect of the company is that they have some exciting projects in the works and are even further diversifying by expanding their portfolio of residential properties. So those are two fantastic REITs that I own. I think they're both very well diversified, and I'll hold them forever while I continue to collect those monthly dividend checks. The next thing I want to talk about is dividend stocks. This is another great way to get monthly passive income. So I picked three companies that have a solid starting yield with room to grow and are of different sectors to help you diversify. The first company is Citigroup, which is a bank you've probably heard of. They have almost a 4% starting dividend yield. They have been increasing it, and as you can see, the stock price is also down, and I think it has a lot of upside. It also has a low PE of under 9. The second company I wanted to talk about is AbbVie, which is a healthcare company. It's a great company that I own, and it has a 5% starting yield with plenty of room to grow. And the third company I want to discuss is IBM, which is another company you've probably heard of. It's a huge company that's been paying a dividend for a long time. Starting dividend yield is over 5% or $6.52 per share. And this is a great tech company, especially if you're lacking exposure to tech and you want to get some tech exposure without paying a huge premium, as the PE ratio is only about 14. So these three companies pay quarterly dividends. So as you can see here, if you own Citigroup, you would get paid the dividend every February, May, August, and November. Same with AbbVie, while IBM pays March, June, September, and December. Now, if you wanted a dividend ladder in which you had steady income to rely on each month, you would want to add a company that pays in months 1, 4, 7, and 10. So one company that does is Comcast, and with that addition, you would have a dividend check coming in every single month. Finally, the third avenue of passive income is real estate, and more specifically, rental properties. I think there are a lot of misconceptions with real estate. People see the barrier to entry as too high, but with interest rates where they are these days, you could get a 30-year fixed loan at under 3 or 4% interest, and you can put down as little as 5 or 10%. So let's say you bought a house that's $200,000 and you put 5% down. That's $10,000 down payment, and then you pay a monthly mortgage of 3% on the remainder. You could be renting units out and having your tenants pay off this mortgage for you and give you some cash flow every month. Even if it's only a few $100s every month, over time it will only increase. As the value of the property goes up and you start to pay off the mortgage, the profits will greatly increase. So real estate rentals is a field I'm just starting to learn about and I want to do more with. So these are my 3 passive income stream ideas. If getting paid every month while doing as little as possible sounds good to you, then I'd look further into this. Let me know what you think in the comments below and what your opinion of the companies I discussed is. I hope everyone has an awesome rest of the weekend. I'll see you next time.